no eye me bibi se kasa e ko gina sika so no me kra ne me koma mpe eno nche se me mpeska ana se me mpese me ye adwuma apre ye bi ama me ho ba se me susuye ni me gidie ne me manamo nto nyina be kwa ko gina sika so no me mpe because abrabo no enye sika nko a na de akoso bebre yi no cardinal mi bisao enti esesenke duru ha na say my say eya mehwe the world around us kakra ye wiase atwa ehu ahia ewiase abutumu afra o ewiase na yetim no ba no permit BBC Egypt nsamo a ekos won manyansen kuma America almighty America omusika semen tuye niema enyade a eni nyina ekose de won sipe no United Kingdom babia China Russia ankomo mudi nyina kadna obi a otie BBC anopei zemeboa on send in say kwabna asema mi kan ye bia mi di enkonto mi twa enkonto mpo anaza meboa. The emphasis has been on 1 COVID-19, 2 the senseless invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Senseless no dey mean am dey ahye ho. But one more can the Ukraine the Russia for to a woman so want to akoshe Ukraine so akoda ni wiase nyina ti say if you say Ukraine no sebi ankoye ono nko a America for mpese on beji atum dia but woman akoshe Ukraine achi NATO woman say woman mpese on beji atum dia but woman say Ukraine achi other European giants Germany no and we ask komodie no any ehun skasem no that's the background the world around us I want to picture say enye yenko a na me ka besi so bio o kan trosem a mebusem o kan obabi say kasa boko eye den esanka abufu hada enti nkomodie ben na sese nke koso a enkoso nti amahurie ya doso mampani babia wo bia se wutie mi a maka say the poor management of the intelligence subsector is affecting your government. My breka sabi anya nisa na mede kan o but you want to be paying say nkomo no bebre wo hono a ese dey cost wo akire anti bond holders say ye retirees o say ye one more anticipate retirement o omo mbe omo kwa ahumijie mu o omo mpe so omo kwa ahumijie mu o na ya kase enti ye ni omo di nhyamu ete asem ase ehunu ne ekoso sere omo adwen kyerempo a mepache o enka moa enkomodie no ekoso a manu nkoso kra na manfo no nka se akoso so ya to so ya mpe ya mfa na adanse na ho se enkomodie bi sa ye den ekoso but kra de ye ne sa man ye de to so bio you see yes ye di jawa na ye di asoa wo ye di jawa na ye di asoa minim de but sampa se omanfo cheche adwene na ye nyina ye free se de me ka wo hai eno na mampani di be ye adwuma no eno so ye mfom so enti meka ne ma dwen kire me na ne ye ditumi ahya den sa ye ditumi ahya den sa se ono na ebre dudu sei oni anim no ese se yenya ayi entiase se eye dan ne ara ono na sudie ni dan so se obeden obetu sa na mo no anya ye fe kra na ye nka se nye fe but no ya kase asem bi so won ma abefra sa de mo pese meka anopai nipa pi so kasa ne ye ka nyina ne se ye pe aban sesae ebi firi mampani na manyokuo mu ebi firi miaya enni o mampani ekuo mu moya danya nyame ma yenkwa na ye na ware a January 7 2025 ebeba na na dan kwa Akufo-Addo on na nkoso enye mampani biom enti mampamrika ya yetui aye de sey hu ekosi sen me de mesre nkomodi asese ekoso nkitahudi asese ekoso mfomsodi abamu enkoso no o say akia na muye esen ya bebuo nyina de mesre mpani yensi nkonwa ne ye ni omanfo asese ni omudi nkomo ni nkomo enkomodi no kra timi ma obi e kire na dwen ma abufuhyi obi a woni mu no eye dan ekọ hurie no ya adoso dodo na yankan hunu se oman bia so utu anamo bia e won sunsanso say nam say ye kun ye hu kire ye nti ne yakoka se bampari na onye hwe saka se ne ye nya kan e mo bia onye hwe ena kan ye da so ti di etimu enye hwe kwa no bosome adwumayefo akotua e da so kọ kanala na meboa ama binum aba mranu ya enche Sri Lanka say wunim say de ba hurie course a mampani no ono so try yi bia ave ko wie no say ya chi na kotum kra no ba ko ene say wo mo akotua ansem na enko ya de yetiye bosome so a wono ma ye bosome adwuma a aban anase omani ne pia wo mo ka no ekọ ya ye ankrankran adwuma ya soso mpa ya mebo ne se obi abetimi adi ne dwuma yie ama akatua asese ekọ no eno soso ye dan ekọ enti yes nyama nko ye se de sipa no ahokyera bam but ye kaso a ye ka ye nsusu nka te se de ayase bibia gi ensemu a ye hwe a yenye ye no na yenkai ye nhira mako eno nkyere se bibi koso na enya ma yenka na yeka yensusu nka
0244844488
minister me kaza na mnuze upie
0244844488 0244844488 eno ne test line de adwuma ene anope Kokrokoo dwumade no aso egusu awutie ene wa sha ase de wa introduce no preko
me nanye
na o dia here
bakupa na meka
me ba ha na wa kwa beju
de ebulian no
oh is that mean say o buy na mo 6
5 am kwa na mo ha
meaning ba
and no my birthday first bite
oh yeah che yeah nkwada I want say do no na tell you that when you ho it's no kwada na
ma menyo na uncle
I am a John the Baptist nti ma boy kwa no the bullion the irrepressible
the irresistible and all the kahuni nyina all the horse Uncle.
Yes sir.
Afishapa.
Chairman General we obi aye cha no.
Good to see you as always.
That's right.
Let us say.
Aduma yamina aduma no pay. Yes sir, yes sir.
Fifi man don move one way.
Amanfo kwaku ni tina me be. Amanfo si won we.
On we. E mo bia che. Etubia. Na eti say.
Aduma ozikan ya de obo ajase. Yeah, dodona na weyandam afi etwom akoma fofraba na dum yetase na mbojarizi afo na esan ohemu na ndaso wegbe he abo atuyum mayenya kwan we frikasi a enufum pempempempem a obia otononu mu ye binumi eya so ye nya kwan ya batana da enda moda opun kasidu ya bache ha adwene ho enti oya adum kuya so na wa akoda wo ho da ma ni nyina na numu mba ebokoda sre oboaje na man omande shi konkron Ghana oboboaje eje hana da basbasa ye biara mbada bisu na mbada onkoda man ye hu ye son na mo ababiara obonsam gina ne ntwen ho beebi na orbompa de o jebotom ma sen abai obada obohwe ma ye huru ya tra ma bibiara akojojojojojojojo na ma be na mincha wetefo empem enkan finfirman tomofo na dambra menye upeyin menye wo nhihye be mo biara anape se already fertility na so ne papa side a no already fertility na fertility no why be ake wo fo baby fi na tena ho
ya baka wasa
linguist okay can fancy country come I be
oh musician
can French
musician
who can now on radio no dey I say e chinje biara yin ho check out na dey
me ma me to ticket man de onko Pope Benedict yin wan konti ticket wa yer ka
oh
I'm Mami Davi. Give your master.
Bibi su kwan na.
Se ayi no. On se na 5th January no. Anti yen ayi feni saying elected cardinals no. On se me elected cardinal.
Okay,
not an ordinary. Sad no e basa ye na edi kan file pass ni ayi bibi. Na ya wada na ese me ye retention but me hwe na me boss ni ho me koso e chiri be say na me ne pope so 1212 binti me koso ameche enti chema ba na me ko
ticket no ya yoka
da we nyeka my stand
ai Davi bonda ha boko ai damra micha wo pein be mo hye biara anope mama na ache mama na afishapa na mechia oye kweku be mewo biara na pe mi chiro mo afishapa bombe na chi he beda alote na wa ya alote yin
angla alote sa omo mama ne
abe enje do jana do fo wa na mu hu senso yin
alote
menye kaza strategic Obaba. Kasai.
Obaba.
No, he's in full form.
Full form. Me be sharma. Ya de asafo numo kure bia na bia ba
say. Was travel.
Abe wa de ko bia lete. Eza lo te be me wo bia na pe mi cho mo afishapa. Na demre. Ehyehyɛ so tsen. Nana. Afi etwomu kwe ma party akasa wo krom ha wo man to anamo kayi won pemfo
ama me ne apani kinedu at the slave hello fm obey me anopesa munsusu nyije me so na menye obi asa
oh kinedu ye cho ya mo asa afishapa memenda bia na ajiwi adi nya afa
ken
mo was one fan me so
I got the for the
what the bremi direct or see you be an amusu so
Demba I fear chomukwe MPP you can yen painful and you see a way in dra 1 year da what the basa yaba wasn't papi me ba wasn't to toba when young ho so a wo kasa obo ho tima da turfita obiara American so onyo mama mu wi a manusa onfam da do wo national chairman nusuba motini kasa de mpapa mi ba o de kuko o de ho tiri bom ne payin no obedi de arba de ibinom wo betie binom on kama mte anado kasa etuturasam ana general secretary ora Jason from Ponkodua na ho a wo kana ho na se buwanyo tete na de ko kwem ho ne so a hwo nyina foto nsanyia do na hwo nyina no ya masaji de mama omani na ehu enti afia twom ko me the two there oya hu a we yi hon where lies and violence 11 ninchemin atrosam na totrosam 11 obia Ghana e wokar maritim be mawo biara so nya mate owura sezu nkatia na nkan o radio do a ade bi na odo ba otirim atro na totrosam etse fifi kote na nka o radio do a atro na totrosam ana radio do
na he na wonam yi
me chia upayin wo han me ne ya da hyehyɛ nti ma me chia mu wi a na chimesi kwem
da me pese me hu ba bia wonam keke
enyo mese upayin kwame amfo wa chire nja yi o kwame fo wa chija fa ya kadna da me yo wan hyehyɛ da ansa na mesi kwem kakra ma yayin
da bi me nka se me ma onye o ba na me pese me hu ba bia wonam no keke so that I can follow you
inja mese abibiara mabibiara mama oman na hu oman we hu inja odo ho nana aso mi kire enti o wa ritem say it after me atrosam etotrosam enti ebibiara bo hu television do ana beto radio do ado but close your mind's mind to them. Close your mind's mind to them. Because they only will speak about only two things. Lies and violence. Echi maybe naman nana mawa wopon you do ye.
There's a west main road.
In your main road. Mawa wopon do ye domestic debt exchange program. DDEP saga. Mbato munya kabila kakra norka mayene yadwen nana mayene yadwen papa nan kankan mukra oye de wobodwuma mpemfo a anape biara motregom kan we frikasi we fride abaya anapa koko anapa tea anapa kokonte amanfu se wenye bi wenja nana no chede won hyeda na asiye nti mayedi yenyo yede bakam yede bomakam a yebon de mubaye the calming or the balming effect to place a certain a balming arrangement on what we have. A calming effect. Nana banta America dam. Share oyada oye sikasam. Oyada oye amanfo. Won fifiri hwe. Oyada oyo manankasa. O manankasa nankasa. Na fapim. So na so man this kasam na hyehyɛ na no totwe ne kasara ogina juma owo hyanyi ma yeredi do so nya mase otape mase obunkama o man na obunkam into if you may a very 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 sensitive matter, very sensitive. Man who been ma nana maybe for collateral purposes. Oye the wakaye individual bond holders na wa join the forces together. No question, no problem about it. If they mean well, they mean good, they should join forces and yet do it in a very calm manner. Nana, I say this with all the passion I can command. But what would they mean? Nana said, "Say Wokasa na Mwolokwa." I am saying they may be doing this for some collateral purpose. What's that? Okay? Sir, you had been a day there. A impunam. Wabotum into I really draw. Several upon show the more and all said no run about no him that no nor say. A punchy, not green the hat, move true, run about one, my son, a ban. Oh, you the nanka son nor said. It's must say. Oh yeah, asama, Nana. A nation state. Na mwaja ofanu ye dada mamanfo go on to their economic activities. And that install wealth install which is in money. Or you're very, very sensitive. And see, the mobile tiara manfo hunda so kura. Waji the way projector. What hop from one radio station to another. Session one or Castle television da down near UTV said 2-3 days ago. What's for crow on him pond? Garment ho. Na I'm saying that they may be doing this for some collateral purpose. Say then you may be compelled to come to the conclusion there. They are not the true welfare of bondholders in the worship. Nana, sir, in Chawuta Jama, Nasa Totoria, in Nambara. And see, Master there. It goes to the very heart of people's survival. It goes to the very core of their hope, of their future. But say your hand in yes, sir. Ma obesechi baba no so odoso. Na man kandam. What's the to a ofana mamanfo. Eto jamofo na to mamanfo. Say jammo na zinka to no fo. Ansana to mamanfo. E mo me che. To jamofo. Mama wa so hwo ye.
That's a proper context.
Enti ma baba yin there. Minister of Finance, Minister, 100 them process he be there. Nana, oh yeah, Ghana fa, na se, oh yeah, me na dom na buy to na more. Oh yeah, the boy ya do no to na more. In check, more savings, more sika, why should won't feel? Now what that co banks? The one crowd don't farm home. And telling na no show. Why you bidder? Why you bidder? And it's a very sensitive area. Now what you win? On my young chrome ye papa. On my young chrome. Now so most children no ye more mine. Because now we had a strong financial sector. The banks that were placed in some danger. And the more about it, they regained their strength. It's a top bankers are. Kasa wakan chede. Them and the more about it, about the banking sector, the financial sector.
But still a busy kakamu.
Yeah, that one, I don't doubt it. The ABA one bank be another ABA one financial institution be they so much went down. No one to Munjan Honado, it may be a more offend depositors. But you look at the figures. Now I'm telling you that it was a major step by the government. They are saying, Boduha Kasana, Aya, Nana, and was economists, we financial experts. So what can in such a way there, it rather generates public fear, and panic. Obiara when you mzibia wadaman sami you must be speaking and be explaining and be giving assurances and be giving hope. Obia, no matter your level of expertise, once reka bibi wahon, ma assurances, me dadukasa, ma onumbra. Nada waka chade. Hey, yam fa here person pom fanshim. And it's a complete mess. Hey, what you do rather you are rather getting the system poisoned and endangered. The yesunum na by your utterances, by your speeches, the yesunum na repem waba. And see, we free or you free kasapa. If you are a chinja biara you do biara you osun abo biara you wachi. Tanapia ye da mo kwan. Na na me na yentu yan ho for there. Yes. We must not at this point begin to look at portioning blame. When there is a certain uncertainty, you stabilize the ship. You stabilize. First and foremost, stabilize. And sana, ya she kafaba ya kanu hasam. That should be our attitude. Osana, sir, ambanda manu de sumunado. Sambanda masanana be before fraud so for one. The consequences, all of us, this country, its citizens, we cannot. Yan to me njina. Nzina yan shakwa abafado. Na za oye ma wa hokakra. Yeah, oye a association of bankers. Am I right? Is that their name? Association of bankers, Nana, yes, that is the body that brings the bankers together in an informal setting, and they look to the welfare of the banks and the bankers. But they must bear in mind the can or carry weight, especially relative to this matter and in this period. And see, they need to be a little bit discreet in the things they put out.
For instance,
they are not ready and prepared to go along with this arrangement. It is dangerous.
Is it not to be expected?
I'm the admonitioner.
It is not about admonition. Come on,
Nana,
Obi life saving. Tobasi.
Nana, you want to join us here? You want to, if you don't want to.
No, but I am moderating the discussion.
I'm saying, but you're moderating. You leave us to
No.
Come because on. This same point you made it yesterday.
Come on.
I'm saying that unless you want to join us here.
No, come on. That's an unfair comment. No, it's very unfair. It's very unfair.
I can understand.
Unless you want to say. Mini who can say discussion now maybe so. If that is what you want to say, fine. I haven't said so. But it will be very unfair for you to say.
I'm saying
because maybe it's a question and I want to join you in discussion.
Because you made the same comment yesterday.
It is not about the point I made yesterday. I am the moderator. And in moderating the show, I have to ask you questions. Unless you say that you are pissed off because I asked a question.
You made the same thing. And
no,
yesterday was
not about the number of times.
Once I sat by my radio and listened to you,
Nana,
anta mobile, me say,
Kamne.
When Flaka see, you must make it in a way.
The say, I say, so who are there in this line? So be a in that line.
I thought that's what
to me, what quite say a discussion. Maybe so. I said,
I'm at your mercy now.
No.
Major. No.
Calling him. Your point has been made. Mine has been made as well.
Mama said that we may be right in whichever opinion we hold. We may be correct in the assessment and evaluation we make. But Nana, my point, and I want to emphasize it, that it is a very sensitive matter. Very sensitive. Nana, say, if we are unable to join and to rally together to go over this hurdle, Nasa Bibia Mama Yatsosaya, the consequences, I'm telling you, are dire. The consequences are dire. On it, I said there, and Central, you are powerful. Powerful. Nobody can take that from you. And this time, I am at the center of this matter. And that's why I'm saying that the Bankers Association of Ghana, yeah, one of the assurances. Some them must akumetuba. Some them must say I am shishibiba. The next move, I mean, you had a situation in Lebanon. Nana, the system had become so crunchy, virtually on the precipice of collapsing. So it's the city important that to my city. A quick na is that to do and another to do that ma offend where we say. The banking sector, the banking system in Lebanon was not in the position to do that. To the extent there, a lady had to go to the banking hall with a toy gun. A toy gun. A toy gun. Listen, see you there. Her mother was on the dying bed. Or Penanga said saving Kaka. Not that Koto Draman. She had been there several times. And any time she went, she hit the wall. So what came to her mind? To go there with a gun, but a toy one. And to threaten everybody. Asana, quickly, water when you be up. That is the extent they went to. See, the financial sector, Nana, is very, very. In fact, it is the fulcrum of all the things we do in the economy. Onan sasunti na mesede. Emon sanchofi manu kogom obi oho ma onya motifi. Nana kasenana. Nobody can change their mind. Emi don what if man also kwame dan kan you can expect it. But so what if nana kase the only cardinal on radio nana is end of story. And I said rally together this time to go over this challenge. Bibiara you are obro nyankopon ye urade obro no do. Ati nyina bofo adi nyina tumfo kase we will. I assure the Ghanaian people there, we will overcome this. It's a temporary setback, and we will. Yeah. We will overcome this difficulty. This challenge shall be behind us. Na man hoza amazeban. Oya gold for oil.
Okay, my yenye we ni area na ya ba.
Preliminary.
Ti area na ya ba gold for oil no so. Kwabena danka na wote nka na Elia na wate James Kwabena Bonfa Junior Kabila nso so enka. Atik Mohammed ewo ha sei beti Atik nso so ewo sa debt exchange program yi ehun ye wi na afi other issues on. Was it? Why who Atik? Gambaga, Republic of Gambaga.
Minister,
I take my brother.
And let the minimum submit me still. If I can still call you comrade Nanaya, this idea they've shed off that taxes. Who I have not mentioned the name.
But don't play.
I thought as much. I thought as much.
I think I met you with him.
Yeah.
I think my brother.
Oh, no.
That is saying.
Me
won't watch it.
Me sure.
Okay.
It was Republic of Gambaga.
Me patch me that so there be more Republic of Gambaga. Mati.
I think.
No.
That exchange program.
Me that say need kai mama obia fishapa. Enkanka Republic of Gambaga for Mobia Fishapa. Afise say na esika 72 no na ayekama. Because no esika 72 na nkoyi a eha obia o. You know, we are all in this in this country. It affects everybody. Obia na hano. Nti medium empire is by next year. Even though with the program we are going to go for EDA, and shedan ye better, sir, but yeah, Bombay saying Yankupon would give us the capacity to deal with pressures now, because we're going to go completely austere, and that would mean sabi I won't check a crab. But having said so, no, my main that's our bond switching program here. Abain akoshazi. Me kind of be brave, but me kind of kitwe be. As I say, it's an ongoing process. Nidi can say beside who said DNA and kodru happen pensui. It is because our debt became unsustainable. Say you see your debt is unsustainable. Let's just say wa kobo bisia and wa koboka ama nutriano ya yoding, because sabi the income nutria the revenues nutria. Nti se revenues no nkosoro na kano sura na ekwa, it gets to a point your repayment and your debt burden becomes so huge say nutria no ya yedin em say enu na edi enkodu san pempenso. Nti when we went seeking IMF relief program no, they had to conduct, which they normally do at the friend DSA, which is debt sustainability analysis. Omuye no mu hu say bibia ye kano akodru no eya hadwene. Nti ese ye bibi fa ho as a precondition to get our program na ye pese ye ni IMF ye no. Nti there are several options available to government. Die na obeye. And me say in the moment no ni aban adwin ho ehun say metimi aye no was to engage in that I can say bond exchange program and what you otherwise would call debt bond swap. Now there are certain things that guide and that determine how this operates. So we are bond issuer, and in this case I buy a bond issuer no. Depending on the type of bond that ube issue no. If it's a callable bond and a redeemable bond, you can at some point, if you realize that interest rates conform, you can decide to call your initially floated bonds no. Now we tria principal no. Then reissue new bonds because the interest rates would have come down. Esana kana obono because maybe the interest rates on the earlier bonds was low. Until kana na ese utuya by the maturity and a maturation of the bond no na above form. But near Emma ye kakra ni say it would seem say government securities are offloaded no, they are not necessarily redeemable bonds. You can still have a debt bond swap if the type of bond you issued no any redeemable and it's not callable. Name the fundamental requirement is the bondholders must be in agreement. Until Minuya Kabila and Minuya Penny Duncan Adrian said there ought to have been some prior conversations. Because Sebi, these are investors. I say among 40 I say every bondholder is an investor. Or Pemfaswonti and now Obia investment be a Pemfaswo. And tis open Faswa now wakoto bonds. Now all of a sudden I am issuing new bonds to replace the old ones. No, name in 2023, there's going to be a zero coupon rate, which means that Unyamfas will be in 2023. What is here? And in 2024, now we are 5%, and from 2025, Elkono now we are 10%. Not just 2023 the bondholders. Omukosoba forma enya dia ombenyam faso on their bonds. And if I'm an investor and I stand to lose money because of a debt bond swapper, I buy a year, at least I deserve some explanation. I deserve some conversation. Until now, me say akoye nsmp no say na mu disa program ba individual bondholders will be affected, corporate bonds will be affected. Ni nyina ne say at the end of the day the first year of that program, there's going to be zero coupon rate and a zero interest rate. So there won't be any yield on your investment. We are doing any for so investments. So now there are other terms associated with that program. You see, of course, they are not saying say unlike in other forms of bonds like Namidi can a recallable bond, for example, you bet your principal now. But in this case, sub bond switching on your principal name will issue you with a new type of bond. Until you see can the unsanka name yabema new bond that will mature at a later date. And we share maturity periods now. Yes, you 2027, 2029, 2032, and all of that. And nuna air hard, because obi wa na adwene say ebi na investment would mature in 2023 until or the plans na equal the dividends are any principal obenya at the end of the investment na what they are in the plans obviously we see unsanka osika no nemom there are even new interest terms enu na ehadwe and I feel say conversation is key. I am one of the keen supporters of the fact that finance minister wabre ohia humi ese okogina humi because why on e-levy sa na start here yempini then it was after the fact in fact the consultation process was an afterthought and I na me feel say the experience I in free sa adi no no nanka it would guide the way we go about the bond switching program. Yebedi kan any bondholders edin komo what the nebesi what can we do yet here because look baby yedru I don't know how would have been able to meet the conditions that would entitle us to participate in the program because they were telling us we should be able to have a program that would at least bring our debt levels back to sustainable levels. Nadia no betima in the moment I mean who are the party unless we miraculously yenye sika bia ebe free baby without strings a bedding another debt forgiveness and interestingly onim say I did some work on debt forgiveness and I mean not debt forgiveness but debt relief packages and economic growth and I mean who say there is a tendency for a relapse. One say you forgive you debt now. The period within which a wunya sikana nankese se wodi ko tuano. It encourages growth, but the very minute the program is done, man 2 years to 3 years, you'd see say they start accumulating debt again.
Then a man basa.
Mintias here. What is here? Until a idea our creditors now begin to say look, debt forgiveness necessarily is not a good thing for your debtors because almost hard live no more hard or more. Chance instead of them to stay on such sustainable debt levels path, they feel so there is a lot of fiscal space. Until me, Asha, CBM, borrow and now with access to capital market, international capital markets, it's easy. Once we are credit where the kakran kwan they are quiet bemau. Until we become loan addicts, and once you are an addict, yes, in say you do call rehab kurana. With the sebi and with all due respect to people trying to come out of addiction problems, but ye tell who say and ye tell who say people who are addicts or call rehab bar ajim paibo ana aji nyamibim. The tendency to relapse is always very high. It is a similar scenario to amamaya. Sabi omodika na yedi omokano ache omono because you are a loan addict no I say relief which is your rehabilitation no eba wi sa asese ade mi twa kakra za nya hwe mami nkoji kakra metimi amani sesi ade mi nya no bebri me ne kakra en kakra ya na ede enkodu sa pempensu nti I am of the view say consultations are very important people will have haircuts enu die. Because we are recording zero coupon rate in a particular year. Now we expect to say you'd get some dividends. That's a haircut. But ninyi as I jitu say, yanyen sana. What is the other alternative? DM na ebeye. Because IMF is away out as we speak. Now Ghana is not credit worthy to be able to access capital in the international capital markets. We share your ratings now. And now, people who want to buy your bonds, every investor, whether portfolio investor or any type of investor, or by investing in your country, they do what they call country risk analysis. And one of it is they do economic analysis. Is your country, solvent enough? And what is the tendency for default in this annual? And ratings in a year or more share. And your ratings, at this particular point in time, and yet the best. Until Obia or per se, or investing in your bonds, and now back and grab some investment with government, not or doing who to. Until IMF nebet me up so that we get back to baby anaya one. And how do you do that? IMF catch out say for you to even be able to access the program, because there are stages of approval. As for staff level agreement, because until there's the executive board approval, any program. And almost answer we should be able to at least set in motion a processor, AD and debt levels, back to sustainable levels. And in the absence of SAR exchange programming, I do not know what else would have done. I am not saying it is the best option, because yetie futuo in the past, yensusumbo bisia yetie ya ebia and can do sapempensui, but abewie, what next do we do? And Yehuni said this is our only way out. There are people who invested money, they deserve an explanation. And Mijidi said, look, Ghanaians are patriotic. The only near here say you tell them, say, look, and ye pet say we are undergoing bond switching programming. In this absence, DNA imagine say the entire economy will collapse between Eno, whereby ABR you would lose some money in the first year, maybe earn lesser in the following year, and then begin to earn more in subsequent years. Compare that to say economy now collapsing and Ube Sika completely. Which one would you prefer? I'm sure that if that conversation was had, Ghana for look, they are reasonable. And bondholders very reasonable. Maybe and compare make your suggestions be say whilst we help the efforts at achieving that debt sustainability. Intermediate, the problem is the conversation. And secondly, if we na yenti and also kahon and anything I stand by my call say Finance Minister it is time you took a leave. Kona kwaji wa home. Na nipa fufuro bi so embra. And my understanding is when the call for his head was made, explanation I demand and say, he has a budget to present, he has a negotiation to deal with. Says we've had staff level approval. Budget is we are presenting. Into what else is happening? Dear Naka. The two outstanding tasks are why we yes, Hannah, or at least if he takes a leave, before it even engenders some confidence.
Now, Obi na buy and this anybody names on yet the order by Anka, so with me,
Was it?
So Obi na buy. So may you maybe man.
Oh, no, I mean, say you.
Is anybody Judy said the order was your on Yajumana?
Sajidi Nedia could do something pensui. I am sure the president had absolute fidelity in him, and nothing or
I think the Ananka peasant be on our Membisa, Nameka say on. Also, like I say, ABR say, ya, winning implication, yes, ya winning. And ya nuntin no more or more cassa. In fact, what's your more cassa no? And mene honorable another precasa was asking me home. Minority akasa was asking me home. And opema who quotes be attributed to majority leader, meaning say I'm padia, and in your say. Nanki bet minisa a friend saying bondholders in transia casa. Then we come to a certain agreement rather than say, Baba catch him say, I think Medoka bad minya, mintia, into the
no, but unfortunately at this point in time you can't repudiate that. Until yes, bond switching and that bond swapping. You can't repudiate. Maybe agree there. If you attempt to repudiate that, you are finished.
And I say anything.
Say mintia. Uya wajin say me do camp now so mintia. at some point time na 8 years ano but say see aye ka say ewo ehun sunsanso look won repudiate that
did we even succeed? He said it, but could you say that
he repudiated some but the point is say o say won't which investor will come and buy your bonds beam and namely we access capital from international capital markets. Yen repudiated that cry no look at our ratings now we Kobe Biase Ghana for the Omudi Kana a minimum one near Abani Yan says he mean to even look, even nationalizing assets belonging to private individuals and our expatriates. The international law doesn't allow you to nationalize obi kekeu. But lawyer for the come say answer na obesano the person is entitled to prompt and adequate compensation. Enumpono you can't nationalize just like Canino. Oh, anyway, it belongs to expatriates. Abayaji says ya untimi nyansa anti kana abayinde no untimi nkaso untua. Nemom there has to be an arrangement. Metua but me hu na achiri me kakra. Kwan ya me pese me fa so di tua nie. Na omati ase. But near ha adwene say individual bondholders, corporate bonds there. Omo no ebi more capacity to say well we can be part of this program. Na we betimi atwen kakra abua aban but individual bondholders na eye problem obi wo ho a ebia ne fie ne na bonti ne eyi nyina na odikoto bonds yi in the hope say nyame na aduma obenya mfaso kakra na ne sika no ode aye bibi sisi a wosi no osika yi de atwen wunsa nyankan and like I said ebi nipa no plans nyina ejina sika isu suicide in asifo asem na ye KU. Until me see, let's have a conversation with bondholders, you know. Then can show me say, aban hu achiro no and admit, look, there's this hypocrisy of pretending say, oh, all is well, nemum Ukraine, Russia. Yen just had no aban hu achiro no because of certain decisions we took.
I think can be.
Otias here. Aban took some wrong decisions in the past. I am not discounting the effects of such shocks, no, but we make it look as if such external shocks no quantity na yabedu happen. Already our debt was rising. Now and our revenue wasn't matching. And we're spending more. To the extent that it got to a point that I was getting scared. Look, Minister Bifa Konabina Amam for be a complaint pe na oye promise. So look, our economy started heating up long before the Ukraine-Russian conflict, you know. And to say, we have taken some decisions in the past that Shadam Buaye and the shocks is Subeka and our man IAC. Nti abai hu chiro no. We want to get ourselves out of that problem. Now, Munsu na mbetimi abuaye as patriotic Ghanaians. But when him near man yedding to have this conversation is a nipa na oye bondholder na why and warrant say sika beto bonds or share the lifestyle of obia sebi oye amanyo sem. They feel look, they're feeling out there and say amanyo for we cash without working for it. Na mi ama bra akonya mi sika kakri na mi da beto aban bonds mu amuti aban mu no mu we cash yes e bi mu no fuel. I mean that's the perception, like it or not. Say fuel ye free bibia ye free musa anye sika na me a me brei me sike musa abeji e de aye oman ni yie abra nti what are you guys doing more? The perception is muti ho amuchili de na mbeye ana de na muye. So such conversations become very difficult to have, but nonetheless they are worth having. Na ye no omudi san komo na ye hu what they think ebeboa Ministry of Finance, ebeboa the central bank in respect of SAR programmer, because with that, look, SAR debt bond swappy, ebimusi yen suspended. I understand the minorities call because it's going to affect individuals. But my question is, what's the alternative? Yejitu say we have taken some actions, we've taken some decisions in the past, but we are here. What do we do? You suspend it today. How do you look? Unless there is some superior suggestion, in which case I am very interested to know. But to just say yen suspend it, instead, what do we do?
Ebi ana say ya standard deadline ako 31st January no bibi papa bi beba.
No, any the extension, you can even extend it to June. But question is, bondholders, no, who you are more than moving command, you almost saying. It's not about the extension of the deadline. You can't be scratching the surface. On commodity, you have to have this conversation. Look, you are a bond issuer, my better bonds. You've decided, say, you want to swap the earlier bonds with new ones, and it has profit implications. It has financial implications for me, the bondholder. What do you mean? You can't pretend say you funny me be feminine into consideration, Debbie. But how would you let me know how like situation also warm? You have to have a conversation with me. Let me know. Let's be on the same page. Na engine to me say, me adi say me nyam faso na me dia bɔ me bra. Nemum nipa na oton bonds no ho akyer no. Na ma me ne na anya adwan anye bibi enimenimu ya no. Ma nhwe ya ebia economic collapse ya. Me sika na nanka omde be ma me no. Wan hwe ye kura ebi min sanka ana min sanka kura hwe inflation is 50.4% at the last check. That tells you say your real incomes are way lower than they were some 1 year or 2 years ago. A month of say oh sika bebre wo bank mu ebi am say you had 50,000 last year and now 100,000. Oh na chese we sika. Debi you might be worse off than you were last year mpo with your 100,000 if you factor and you discount inflation. What inflation ebe kan ho a what you say my real income chese is even way lesser because ebi na 50,000 to me to yam say dying for as an example. But see with 100,000 you can't even to plot into kwaya na say buy. Nti I say who say abaya nyenwema that would buy some freedom for yen nyina no na yesi chinchinachi kwambia so abantwe yesika no na economic collapse ya wo sika na ekita no wanhwe ya kra sebi na yesi wo Zimbabwe no kra na be chenga na de no. Nti let's have a reasoned conversation, a patriotic conversation, a dispassionate conversation and a frank conversation. Abayin kan Ukrainian chair bondholders. And yes, I share that and look, it is fun to do it, but bibintia needi and yekodus happen pensioni and have a national conversation. Minority obia for look me margin is said why Abayin has made a lot of mistakes and we criticize Abayin when it does, but a group and pensua yehun is a way the na ya nsomua emboano muma ensom because there's no political capital to be gained when the economy finally collapses. A collapse one day you cry, there wouldn't even be political parties. So Sri Lanka, and you know nebai. Nyamim Pengu won't have any Sri Lankan situation in Ghana. But I'm just saying, sir, in the extreme, na BBC says here, every politician becomes an endangered species. Udi agro cry nyambe yo no. That peace wouldn't be there for you to even talk about doing politics. Now I could gina for elections. If the minority is saying yes, suspending program, no, what is the alternative? In the stead of sub arrangement, what can be done or what should be done? Then we can have a progressive conversation. But I understand their call, mitiasia, because individuals will be affected. And there is no doubt. But let's have a more expansive conversation. And Mijidi say a baby will be. But at the bit about attention, I don't know. The truth is, I mean, they don't know about program. No.
But I think I'm also making.
Okay, all right, very well.
Yo, Atik Mohammed and Ote on so na dwen efa nkoma yedi anope ona bokwam na dankan wa ha. Kabila nso so e wa na fe Atik so mate nenka abo nondu Kokrokoo dwumadie no aso egusu a utie. Menka ne amoso so mo de aba na kakra na fe men come mpanifo ho na ye ntu apo ena no pay. Teacher Kofi Edu Efri Nungwa or say please the fact is that those around the president are not helping him. They are not telling him the reality on the ground. All is about selfishness, and their actions will affect the MPP's chances in 2024. Honorable Kwame Nadankan, have you gone on pension before? Maybe you saved enough to keep you going for life. We are about to go, and you want us to bear the brunt of the management of our economy by a government that will not listen to any caution for the rest of his life. Kwejo usu ewo ablekuma. Atik, don't compare people's pension money to that of e-levy, as people's life obeje slap pe ebi otani ebi slap abam bacho nyabotre e ma slap me maybe bacho why boko. Good morning, the Cardinal. Ghana is not exempted in the world financial challenges. Therefore, we must understand that things will not be the same as it used to be. This government, on the other hand, must be seen as compassionate, not arrogant. Its appointees must implement policies that will cushion the citizenry, especially the business class. Thank you for reading my message. Alexander Luke Odoy, Enodui Ifidodua, Ede Ebaye. Well spoken, Honorable Kwame Duncan. You are the man. Okay. The Cardinal, good morning. And to you and your panel, as well as your listeners. I can appreciate the need for each citizen to sacrifice and contribute his or her quota towards the debt exchange program. My question is, what is government sacrificing? Irama, Edifree, West Airport Residential Area, and or the airby. Good morning, Nana Yaokesi. Kwabena Bonfe should stop attributing the mess we are in as a country to the Russian-Ukraine war and also the war on the economy. The leadership of this country are solely to be blamed for what is happening. Pushing the blame on others won't do government any good. Kwabena Minta, Edifree Kumase, Enebaye. Shifman Osewa Tunsu, Cardinal, I am begging government to have a second look at this bond issue again, because the bondholders become too agitated, and that will be a national security threat. Regards to Alan Chiramatin and all G30 members. Kumasi Asiedun Ketia says NDC needs presidential candidate like JDM and nobody else. On the issue, I think the best way is consultation with the stakeholders. However, people should soften their stance and come to a compromise with government. It shall be well with us soon. Well, very well submission by Kabila. Let's all be patriotic enough to serve our mother Ghana. And Kama Foster, and do free Achima Yiribi Ede Ebaye. Okay, I've read this already. Pension no. Master Planner Junior Kintampo. Good morning, the Cardinal. Members are giving up in this death analysis and explanation. We are taking key notes from their submissions, and God will bless all of them. Okay, fellow Ghanaians, let's come together and support His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo for a better Ghana. Or maybe ye nso ada efrimene wa kumensa ewo pillar 2 and what buy. Can Cardinal, relative to this debt exchange program, have you realized a very interesting development? Both majority and minority MPs are against the rubbing in of the individual bondholders. Do you know why? They are also bondholders. Francis Brack.
That would be, yeah. Well, it's a possibility.
Well, it's a possibility. Nana did the Ukraine.
So even if they are constituents, they are representing constituents.
Okay, Nana. The Russians. But my mic is so attic. My mic is so Mr. Nana, did the Russians tell Nanado to appoint those elephant-sized ministers? Did they advise him to charter executive plane to all his international trips? Did the war advise him to demolish buildings in order to put up a cathedral when Achimota Forest had already been degraded? This government is Nana Boachi, Edifree Pukwase, and Obaye. Cardinal, clearly, this debt exchange program has been rejected entirely by Ghanaians. However, based on Article 1, Clause 1, the government should reconsider it and engage further. Rainbow Kaswa. As we keep on sharing our ideas on Ghana's economy, there is hope that one day Ghana will become better. Long live Ghana, long live every patriotic citizen. In regards to Howard Kumsin, Atik is very right in his presentation. This government has totally failed when it comes to consultation and dialogue. This stance must change immediately. Osam Kobena Boni and Odiwe Ifri Teshi Ebaye. Now this one says, hi, government in Ghana has not shown any determination to put policies on how to regulate our finances. That is why these shortcomings keep coming. Dan Ochiri, Edifri East Hospital, Enebaye. I am very, very optimistic that all these brouhaha will yield a satisfactory result after stakeholders consultation. Bibiabe fine, Amisco Spelele, Edifri Kaswa, Oga Uli Ewo Enkawie. I am sorry, but we have to face the painful truth. We aren't sitting pretty. Of course, our focus must be on how not to burden individual bondholders and possibly ease the burden on them, but not to take the hardline position of simply saying no to participation. It will come back to hit us harder. Greetings to Shelley. Okay, all right. I know Oga Ulino the free and carry a buy. And then last one. What at all is Kabila saying? He always sounds like someone defending this clueless government. He has never seen anything bad about this government. Kabila. How will the country go forward with young men like Kabila not fighting for the country? Bubukili, Eddie Free, Bema Camp. Bob, Kabila now can I am seriously disappointed in you for comparing this crisis to or linking this crisis to Russian-Ukraine war. Kabila pa, don't try that again. Hey, Kabila, you, Mate. Good morning, the Cardinal. Ghanaians are calling for a change of government, which is fair, but we must not forget where we have come from and where we've gotten to. My regards to Honorable Kwame Duncan. If we Akwesi Tuntum 1 inside Gumwa France, Akwesi Tuntum 1. Kabila.
Cardinal.
Yes, sir. What's that Akwesi Tuntum?
Tuntum.
Tuntum black. Akwesi black.
I am better.
Akwesi Kokrokoo.
Unim no.
Tuntum na manka papa.
Ayo, Akwesi Tuntum. Say Jama oda e boni bia. Akwesi Tuntum ana bu kwame na si Tuntum na biti ni ntimpacho. O de qualify Tuntum no kakra bra na ye hwese obehu a. Kabila.
Chairman General. Hey. No, sir.
We're deputy chairman.
The cardinal representing the chairman general.
Correct. That's correct.
Cathedral
and any other issue you want to touch on? Sorry.
Cardinal.
Papa.
Utie nsem no bebrea. Oman me di ho ya osem say ya yentie ho so. Yentie di obi kan. Because now say ya adwen dada. Nti say nipa no kan say yo, say all kan say yo, yentie de ya adwen aye say ye te no. Eno na yetie, eno na ye de beka. Say nipa no pe o ompe. Me obi atu ade bibia mane me na me pese me born to fa kakra. Em say me kasa me kan wo he. Ma kasa fa ewiase ayetim mprempren yi. Say ba bia anyoe. Ba bia so nyo ebizamre na ye wom no nyamre pa. Me bobo aman ahodo including America and UK. Say omo e call mo ba, wo mu ni say system a wo ye wo mu sisi yi no. Enye de that from. And me can say COVID-19
Kabila Bajo tie ba ku na to aso. Wow, brother. To my brother Kabila,
yeah,
it is very easy to call for patriotism when the bulldozer is not facing your building. The individual bondholders deserve respect and understanding. Don't go Fuseni.
Don't go Fuseni say otie me a what nka obeti so say me ka say ade a edi enya ba ko ene nkomodi a enko so. Don't go otie me. Ntina me ka say yentie ye ho no. Maka about the failing of the intelligence subsector to micromanage some of these things even before they get out of hand. Otie ya na. Me kasa no premanya nte ya finance minister woni ekuo ni bi ebehia no pay I have a problem even with that whilst that conversation is going on. What do you say? Nkomodi a yɛka ho asɛm yi ade baako a ɛdi mu ntini paa ɛyɛ gidie anaasɛ protocol mu trust.
In favor of Onkaza, or Yama Onkaza.
I think he's making a point.
No. Yes, but it's an issue. The issue of trust.
Or one paw or tompo.
So acquire the or Yamana say, why do we have to even take it? What does it have to get here? The finance minister who is leading this conversation is an issue. Because the trust issue is major. Parliament. Afranunu nyina Ghana for dodo akasa fa ho. Enti susuan pa say Ghana hanmo ye pese ye chese ye nyo bia mani lead this process apart from finance minister Kokrokoo. The issue of trust is key in communication. So can transparent, sincere, open conversation, trust. And I did and Kokrokoo no ehunya. Oh, Cardinal. Where the main person may can't hear the American no. May kind be in Sunday mommy. I think the president should look beyond the advice and decisions of Ken Ofori-Atta as an investment banker. This is something somebody just sent to me. I don't know, minim, but said the Tibiano. The overwhelming verdict of Ghanaians are scientifically established. They are tete, they are kika, and he say finance minister Mampani what's his and keye. I think who can say be. And for me, when that statement came, say Ken Ofori-Atta some Yebeka after budget and your friend saying negotiation. And I said this meant that there was no commitment to change.
Yeah,
because that answer onu na enko ye negotiate onko ready budget. No, onko negotiate. Now why any mayor enweduma? The president must get this clear. Say, for one man to be an issue to your government, Mr. President, is too much.
Kabila on say, and only as a man now omo call for reshuffle no can now also work and say mo bia ntutu mabamrika. Perhaps these are some of the reasons people have repeatedly raised issue of reshuffling your ministers.
So it's not, you see, talking about Kokrokoo. This one is not just about reshuffling. No. It is beyond. It is all reshuffling, and then I say Kokrokoo that's your finance minister.
That's all you know.
No, reshuffle. No. Reshuffle.
The issue is not the reshuffle. There is no reshuffle.
The said the issue is not about the reshuffle. The issue is about Kokrokoo leading the finance ministry and financial discussion in this country. That is it. And our president must get that clear.
Well,
Mr. President, Obian Timin will show well better than yourself. However, you can become a problem unto yourself.
That's very true.
And there are many examples in history where leaders become problems unto themselves. I don't think you want to get to that point with a single individual in your regime. I won't have a point in. Now, finance minister now, I want to raise this. You see, you see your board did the Shemra and yet your board did the Etum Rasoswa and yet. Mr. Minister, are you okay? Are you comfortable with it? Sir, Obia can say. Unim Kokrokoo shey enkomodie no wan kasa wote hormo no wo fi se Kokrokoo no wo gidie wo de wo kanu mu ana. Perception is not everything, but perception can be everything in politics. Men kan bebre naka na masusu aka na masrese wonu mu a wo mu ekasa mampani betie no sasem yakoya asem a aye wo fase 19 kro umia osu wa mia soso a ese ne nan medie menyaya umia ma ni wuye na onya ne nan a enkeye 2021 ye to about 2020 wie ye ba ye na meka se o man na koye e ma mienu a ba ai akwada nkwada mienu ba ko awuo na ba ko te ase na o mienu nyina ko se ba ko no te ase no eye ne na ye ayi ne ba na kopie ohimpon Solomon anim otufo obuatan anase omatemu ema odima ba ko na na nya ne ba no ka se ye ntwa akwada no mu na akwada ye che ne mu mienu so obetra obenya nkwa ene ebehunu ka se saade no ayete bia no man ya komo intimase se yenhwe ne yentutu ya namo yie na ono nyankopon na ankasa yemfa ye ho nhya ne nsa na oni ani nkan ehuna mede be kase na sei de epiepie mu cathedral sensem cardinal nsem no bi wono mu a eya na wo pese obeka na enhwe na akwese kanafo cathedral yi enwa asem sha se mfie nsia ni o anya enra 2017
ya kabila de court no
enya no kwa na medical ye because Supreme Court over the state involvement in religious activities mfanto ho Hajj board any national cathedral na oman say okosie sabrina mu mrasha badwafie approve budget na government avote to seed money me the Kodan Supreme Court womo ankan no ho asem whatever it is no the judgment came enu nie 23rd January 2019 almost 2 years to the last general elections parliament na meti sem mrasha badwafo no bi Facebook and omode adane the arena of resolving issues of financial impropriety. Can that be right? Say obi adintentia we mrashe bedwani wo tumi say mo frɛ finance minister mo tumi say mo frɛ attorney general mo tumi say obi a oyɛ head of secretariat bi a yɛ oban oman asoye no mo frɛ no mo amfrɛ no ana wan frɛ no o Facebook ena okodi hu nkomo yemo manyonto ento nyum frɛ eno na yede ku ketanse ne proye kadna cathedral no sam no mi nso na me ka me madwini mu na me fi sɛ oman yi enni ho kwa sɛ ode ne ho kɔ hyehyɛ saa ne manu bia ka saa asɛm ne Supreme Court to say kwabna de odi ba ye nyina yate enso yemfa na de tibia no kwan a mampani afa so a odi dwuma no entia emra bia te se de wo pese wo kire no nti ombetumi aye de omu ya minyi ni se de Supreme Court ma won judgment no na eye me pene so sa but man call for review nti we take it me di bibi ya mfanto ho me na me di wie wonim say NDC for call mo congress anu ya omo to aba omo yi omo penifo no omo communication officer ana director officer minu akuma sami jafi wono na omo asua no say oye communication officer ojina Kentunkro
Contekro
enya Kentunkro is independent
oko ya obi ane na mpre me dase wana to aba yi no enso on na ye omo national officer ne yobi ko gina ankrankran ana ono nko na obi ane na mpre a either say by voice vote and I say yes or no e won so voice acclamation ya nya mu bia wo mo swai no by acquiescence or your national officer Ghana for your po by acquiescence. The National Cathedral is a national project endorsed by Parliament, endorsed by the Supreme Court of Ghana. And stop this diatribes in executing the project. A financial impropriety be koswa yen famra kwan so na yen ye hu adwuma obi eni ono brom raso Ghana. But sir, ye kotutu na basa ni kotutu ne sre ni etunani ni ede ye ai esen komo sai man
mate kabia me da se Anglo.
That mama can, I must say, my husband, yeah, good for oil.
Anglo.
Now, my wabe, quick. The issue on Operata, wabe in such a way there is now a popular refrain. You must not get impeached on that. And see, so even if for purposes of analysis, you are seen as public number one enemy. But otherwise, I ask myself, we have a challenge, we have a difficulty. Nana, there was challenge, there was difficulty. The challenge, I am a woman. Within the last 2 years, 2021, especially Proda, Levy, Obayasam, and that Yedifi Levy, Emma Yazaba, or your domestic debt exchange program. In a matter of 1.5 to 2 years, it's like the person Ghanaians don't want to hear, they don't want to see. There may be someone there. I have no stance on this matter. It is in the hands of President. But maybe someone there. And he said, Atik, bra. Then all our problems get solved. Is that what it is? But a man, yes, I'm also there. You cannot discount. You can't discount. Even when no proper scientific survey has been done to get you informed of the norms. Once it is an everyday call, it is assumed and presumed to be the voice of the people. And see, in order to hand them on, na mohiam papa on there, more me to go over it and to get our economy back on track. Ono na the ordinary Ghanaian, onya man, o man kanko, ono nya. Cathedral. See, Nana, the national constitution, a man, yauna ide, a man yoku be the kunim ababim, wa appoint the ministers, Urubuman, economy, oye, economy on ye. It is more than that. Nana, say Casano, or say a man ye, a man, and now a man ye, man. The authority of the state will take care of all facets of society. Authority of the state. It takes care of all facets. O man share. O ye ku ankra afane benkum yimfane benkum anafu na ne boka na tifi o man hwe ni nyina ekwan ya fado a ye di bosu so amanfo won fim ankra ekueku won fim. Even a traditional area odu pointer o man to anamo the best traditional area nechi me we gina ye But otherwise, then you say that, oh, I'm here just to govern. I'm here to govern. And whether you are able to put yourself together well or not as a traditional, that's your own cup of tea. That's your own cup of tea. But man, traditionally, we want what ya mamba. Traditionally, we so here. Man, we ye. And see, so there, man, no fortune. Bibi woman beji da boa more traditionally when we ye e granado man when you do it. You see, when you want to look at this just on the surface, and it becomes a certain cliche because there's a certain difficulty. It's intent, look, we are able to pinpoint some projects and programs, and then we put all the blame there and do certain political propaganda around it. We saw this similar thing President Kufuor's time. That the relics of slavery and a slave trade and all enslavement, however you want to call it. Yenya fanhuja says ya political independence do. Baby ma kwesi gbanyi ba abatra na otra hia do oyi hia mu ahodzene fa wowom onye okura kaya nkwasomfo baby ansa na wobodu kura woto ho gupum. Thousands and thousands and thousands of Africans. That was the symbol of the slave trade. That is what they built. That's where they carried out all those atrocious, inhumane, against man. Na ye jira na do ye independent country. Na ababia bada look on some fatahe. So we're there. Inyankasa ye jira na do. See, the people who are talking today and are doing all of this today, go back. Nsu no me, nsu. Konkrasa won nsu no me. Konkrasa won school they said all kinds of things. In fact, continuously for 3-4 years that the project was running every day. Okay, look, sir, adomo ba masaya ba. Yan katran hompo. They did that for political convenience, political power. See, a Christopher war mine. No, why jatum, do ya drink pa? Oya da ya de sumya coupon yashin in yam. Na on say nyamina nyiminyam hye de ya ba ya bibi dam na yatum akoyan kotodwanyim akade wurade ase akade yankopon ase sane amaman bi wonya ne dam amaman bi na ma wafamin what remains of them you may not be able to say that this is a true real nation state. Amaman bi wonya ndam nyamen chada otdia mpa ihe man ewurada ihe aduma bapibdam enti say ye bibidam na yetum akom akada na ase eyina yaw. See, some have a certain notion that life is all that you are able to get up in the morning, there's something on your table you eat and all of that. Life is not just that. Life is a totality of all the needs, whether spiritual, physical, of man put together. That is life. And see, my yabaya yabotumna this war. It been often project. We will fight against this and we'll use it as a political tool, just to twist minds. And that is what, because you know, many a Ghanaian will easily fall for it, and I'm sure already have fallen for it. And see, your point is that and therefore you are unable to take any steps. Ibotumina aye project to be na ye bibi that mechimba is that boa. Is that your point? Now let me leave it there and then conclude on Omampe ina bedechi. Nana be mo bia owura ba me an pay me cho. You give us cause to be happy. You give us cause to believe that when you look hard, you will always find a certain individual that is always thinking through and thinking outside the box. What is it that in the melee of the difficulties and challenges that we're going through, what is it that can be done? And always when you do the roll call, you find Dr. Baumia there. Here, or the Botugua, Nana there. Ada crow zimim or zimim pa war. Yes, some to trim can't see now. Yeah, foreign exchanger. Unwa wodi fan gugwa. When here was our quamanaje. No, but that for Frank Waba. Sasha, Nickerson, or her grandpa papa. And see, bad able to me. And then putting the pieces together. Then he spoke to the entire country. He announced it on his Facebook. And I won't be quinte. Into me, no, I Yama Sakre round up, Mr. Samaba. And see, Muntum, Mother to Facebook, Moka, Muntum can. No, mum, another Bible to Guape, as usual. And here the Yaboyan powder there. And they are being me grew there. I did you are Ghana, able to me. We cannot do and can't be done spirit. And one, Moses Asaga. Nana, Moses Asaga say it's impossible. And I give you the link. citynewsroom.com.
Before you do that. Just a minute.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Please, Cardinal, can you ask Honorable Kwame Duncan why he has lost his voice all of a sudden since he started talking about the finance minister? If he can't talk, then he should sing.
Oh, I haven't lost my voice yet.
Also, voice now you low. Don't me out there,
No, it is communication. Communication, oh yeah. Communication. Your topic is understand. Communication.
When you hear low tempo.
That's right. It's a catcher door. Or your cousin mu.
Incumious.
It's all tasks the mind.
Okay. See for mommy.
Oh baby, why? Yeah, chef for us. Yeah, 2023.
Oh, see for
it's a country so what room.
It is
Moses Asaga skeptical about government proposed gold for oil move. If you read the story, it's a complete doubt that he gets to the point of impossibility. Go to John Jinapo. Oh no, us it's a complete deception. Oyandada, government should stop deceiving us. John Jinapo on gold for oil deal. Go to Dr. Kofi Amwa. See, it's easier said than done. Easier. I thought that these are people who we are told have all the acumen in the world and all of that. They were put in charge of managing Ghana's football in the time of crisis. They left it even in a worse form. Kwame, Nana. Now something there. We should take our fight carefully. That dollar, you pay your catch American food there. We want to avoid the use of their currency, and that we should take our fight carefully. I mean, but Baumia said it. And Nana, today, Mama Pede made this sido, the maybe room only there. Nana, the Ghanaian man, the Ghanaian woman, the ordinary Ghanaian man on the street. Dr. Baumia, Moya there. In Zaman bo onkosor wawa. Moya there, no dokno bottle and a pa a yumbi. adecha onkoko na aka aye ketekete ne nyina na ogina oye yesidi na ahotendo enti dam nhihye ya wa be ma ye gina Ghana funya hwanem na ya kan de yesara oye dol baboboa mama mon ye a flash in the pan oye da ye bokodo esom ne mpo da ye botu ma ya aka ho a oman ni sika oye sidin obenya ahoden ema amanfo asitinam osana nana se sikan kofom na ahoden kofom a na asitinam atutu ayabasa nti sika oye Ghana sidin amanfo ho asitinam nyina ono no do na ogina nti ya hwede obrempon osabarma otutuja Dr. Mahmoud Baumia mo apiafo na mum yan hwede eyi on your flash in the pan na yebosom akwanyim ma abo man.
Happy birthday to Nana Ama Ayekwachi of Ato Montessori School.
Kwachi made a difference, all right. Ama Aye.
Ama Aye, they call Daviama no. You are 9 years today. God bless you from your uncle, Dr. Richard Ocher Ankra. And also and this one is to wish you yes, Dr. Ocher Ankra,
warm regards to him.
Yeah, this is to wish you Nana Ufori Kregu of Domipeletu a glorious birthday. Happy birthday to you from Nana Ufori Kregu. Nana Ufori Kregu Jr. Oh papa, and oh mama, Mr. and Mrs. Ufori Kregu say happy birthday as you celebrate your birthday today. Adik.
Hello.
Pommy.
Media, Wakwe Cardinal Lydia, Medi National Cathedral in a baby. Needy kind. Let me say, at the very beginning, no, and yeah, mistake. Me, I have no issue with, say, my opinion. I declare, say, between on and young coupon, or so, yeah, BB, a shen in Nimonium. But I thought that should have been construed as a personal commitment to God. We have history as a guide. Ye who bibi sada, uko ya neighbors Ivory Coast. Hofo boy. He felt say baby medri between me and Yankopon, a semi ye bibi surunko edition animonium. And on my see the Our Lady of Peace Basilica in Yamoussoukro. But it was personally funded. On one bottom sika and or the year. What I say? Until I would have thought, or indeed that's what I thought. Say in making that declaration, no, let me just say man would rather call on friends and family and all well wishers say me ye BBC dia share radin munyam. Wa who shares in that vision no bit me abwa. It becomes a private enterprise. And look, our conversations are we are having a knee anka ni nyina ebimba. And eba ya no minu kabila the case no court because in many democracies there is strict separation between religion and the state. But and I say this with all humility I can command. Say Supreme Court judgment no anshadam boye. O kind portions of judgment na ya minye lawyer ni but anshadam sisiso me kind a part of it, and this is page 18, second paragraph. No,
we have gone past that.
No, me kedia basic. No, I'm getting to a point. But well, the point in this let me just make this general point say.
Yeah.
Yes. On say the are renowned justices. AG2 Musa, and if I may, Mamin Koti, obviously, secularism in the context of the Ghana Constitution must be understood to allow and even encourage state recognition and accommodation of religion and religious identity. And on this occasion, let's underscore all the operative words are encourage and accommodate. Then it goes on to say, the plaintiff alleges the setting up of a board, blah, blah, blah. Then they now which is having board of trustees and then having a Hajj board and all of that. Then they proceed to say, even though Omujitum say Mrana see, the state can only encourage and accommodate. But they proceed to say that we do not see this. That is the act of setting up a board of trustees and other engagements in religious activities. They do not see this as an excessive entanglement by the state, as the office can be relocated. Then they go on to say, as noted earlier, the Constitution does not specifically, this is where I have an issue. The Constitution does not specifically prohibit the government from supporting, assisting, or cooperating with religious groups. Meanwhile, an earlier paragraph says that the Constitution allows for encouraging and accommodating.
But you are giving literal interpretation.
No, maybe I am saying, but they are saying, it is not stated anywhere in the Constitution, a state no mbwa religious groups. So, the preceding paragraph now, it creates a problem.
It doesn't.
Well, in my view, it does.
To accommodate. There's a lot.
Accommodate is different from support.
A lot that goes into accommodation.
No, accommodate is as tolerate. No, accommodate. You see, when I say I can accommodate you, I accommodate what you do. It means I tolerate what you do. But Mamin Tuaso.
You make your point because you disagree with the judgment. Make your point.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
You are not going to have the time to
go through it anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
But generally, there are other points. They talk about grounds of discrimination, and that the state was founded as a secular state that affirms historical, cultural, and religious or atheist character of the Ghanaian society. Now, Cecia, Yokosi National Cathedral is called a national cathedral. And Sebi, Yaka National Cathedral now, Edian about dream.
Sorry.
Absolutely. And Tiamfan in the absurd case, say one traditionalist becomes a president one day. Now, or say, maybe I want to build a national shrine. What do you think is going to happen? Why? No, I'm asking. It's a rhetorical question. What do you think is going to happen? In developed democracies, there is that strict separation between religion and state because it's not everybody who identifies with your religion. But having said so,
and finally.
Oh, there be me ban here ACC and saying where me ban Mr.
Wadaro. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to wrap up. Pacho. 2 minutes.
Okay. And I'm so because of the very
benevolent
data also come for benevolence he can win. But anyway, and I'm winning in Antino. What was that? The very problematic foundation now make an me. Look, if you make a personal commitment, it should be funded from personal support. From personal funds, like it happened in Ivory Coast. Now, the very problematic and controversial foundation of Sa Adwin, and the Abedru Sa Pempensui, and near Ekosu Cathedral Honum no. Sebi air time. Sika like ye kan ho asem sika bebre kom wa ye hu sisi akwa, and to the extent that we had to collapse newly built you can say bungalows for judges. Debbie, you have gone, I haven't. We had to collapse newly built bungalows for justices just to put up in honor of a personal commitment.
Which has become a state.
No, you cannot make it a state you see, why wouldn't they give people haircuts? You are spending beyond your means. When you don't rationalize expenditures, it means you tend to spend more than you have, and that is what causes you to borrow. There are only two ways you finance your expenditures. That is your excess expenditures. Either you borrow or you let the central bank print money for you. Until your only option is to borrow. When you have expenditures, you cannot no. Some issue I bet you say one. In fact, the secretary is he the secretary?
No, he's
administrator. Anna. AKA Mr. Dujamfi. But I'm just he's the one I'm referring to.
Yeah.
And me a hamadrin. Esan say something done for and in the name of God should be far away from, in fact, should be very distant from any form of reproach. Look, and say BBC cry ebata the paper muno to the extent that some other members and who ought to have some other reverend ministers who ought to have been directors, I see more minister directors have had issues with near air cosono. It tells you that something is fundamentally wrong.
Conjectures and speculation.
Oh, the man has written a letter indicating why he has resigned from the board of trustees. And it need the conjecture, and me my reference to him in a conjecture. And Bibia Bededi said, you know, name be the person bears more than one name. And or say or no dear, ye dia koshira into onkasa. Hey.
There ba all kind statement and feather.
Me ba or see onkasa or ko ho wi na or na wa bekasa. What is the difference?
No, but in that statement
in that spirit, no, he might as well resign.
No, or say
and now step aside pending the conclusion of this matter at Shraj.
So or say okujeto aba church mo nso ba church ni diem.
No, me jitu and onu ni church. Say obi jitu na church no ko church mu. O ma hu ni e koso.
After Shraj no say ba platform ho.
It means the man has some fidelity in the process at Shraj. Enya sir. Ne pepem na nka so step aside because your continued presence could interfere with the process.
Mate, me da say.
And mamin ka asem we mfa ntweto ntwato. Onim say
the man from Gambaga.
Onim say ebimu are making it look say when you raise these concerns it's an attack on Christianity. How could this be? How could this be? It's just an individual whose role in a problematic and controversial cathedral who has them yes see is an attack on Christianity. No sir, oh na you go Facebook and say wow is an attack on the faith and so and hear me one say the kind of energy people are expending to defend Asemi, they are not expending similar, in fact not even close to burn haircuts in as if they should spend their energies where they are most needed. If a man of God yenu nyama mu manum be church na asemu na nyina yentie no wasopem because e sika na ye National Cathedral no
Medase
na ya
Kwame na I am paying for the National Cathedral and I like the results thus far. Mame Ajwa and ono so anyway say aba Betty Osei to final year medical imaging student KNUST, you celebrate your birthday today. Happy birthday to you from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Osei of Nazar's Parts Aboso Kain. Betty Osei I work KNUST. Happy birthday to you, Betty. Okay, this one says a belated one to Madam Rita Amwakwan Buedu of Passport Office Headquarters Ridge, Director Secretary from Kiki of the NPP. Wishing you well. Sampai says, I want to ask you, has Reverend Kusi Boateng confirmed his complicity? And the minimu bacho minim emphasizing be a meshame con Sampai. Wo unim de ntia obi sa question emfa bibia meshame con. Okay, once again to you, this one says happy birthday to my son Nana Ofori Kregu of Domi Pillar 2. May the good Lord richly bless you and grant you your heart desires, from Mr. and Mrs. Ofori Kregu and your siblings. Wishing you well on the occasion of your birthday. I mean, maybe an amenko.
Hey.
Isaac Hyunhui. Dr. Faradex say medase. Kennedy Asante say medase. Kennedy Asante say Esquire. Reverend Kojo Asante. Stephen Bafo Peter Square. Isaac Opoko Pretty Joyce. Madam Asiwai. Odi ahenkan kwame yebo amami bi amakwafo. Nyame Shramo. Atik Mohammed, James Kwabena Bonfe Jr., Honorable Kwamena Duncan, Madam Wasinya Minshiramo.
Living in the world, my brother. Living in the world.
A friend and I are so with me a friend the Cardinal, the Radiasum Jamunia. Coffee Cumbers and Motraco Zepremo Beto.
Some are really
Macram,
and some are really go ahead. David Waranakanga, with Waranaka, Makotayo di Bale, David Warango. Living in the world, my sister. Some are really gonna love you, and some are really gonna hate you. There is no fear. That is why we be drinking all the beer. For when will the going right to heaven? All of our friends will be drinking all the beer. Hey, 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 hey. We don't wanna know about the kamana. Yeah, we don't wanna know about the Zurana no man. Yeah, we don't wanna know. Hey, hey, hey. But tell me my yelly pala no man. But tell you the valley. Yeah, we don't wanna know. Yeah, we don't wanna know. Zurana no kanga. Hey, hey, hey. There is no fear. That is why we be drinking all the beer. For when we're going right to heaven.
Wednesday morning.
All our friends will be drinking all the beer. Hey, 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 hey. Living in the world, my brother. Some are really go FM.
Mothers of Africa.
Mommy, my day in your hoarding.
And what's the Wofa Geisha Semina Subain? Gina Hopinti na Kowenim. Mempaba, cause the Sabeka we need a swadina.
Mommy, make na painting a comenim. Na machapa to say geisha semina.
Be strong and let
Sankratway FD Ajiatu.
Said you bet me a check in a farmer APC in Sonti, and why yen Sakuma.
Uti paiwa fakina farmer akuma APC.
Kaka Hawa.
Akuma APC. Sisiarie, what person no mpemu na ya fever ana wonamia. Emu bia kina farmer akuma APC ebe yefri ho. Nemum na nuachi na enkwai dia kuhu doctor kina farmer akuma APC eyema obia ya wadi emfie dunsia 16 years dekro.
Hey, orange juice yi die. Mama ntema, anka mu nu meja me. Na why die na go glass yi mu?
Oh, ubetimi anom. Nemum eye KV, vitamin C and zinc. Ya why no tablets. Orange flavor. Ene ye hwie enhwie gu glass mu. Eyi ba kwa tuma ma anane ya ye nom.
Me wife dia what time the chances ha? Obenum ni nyina o. Etu ase. Darling. Me die ye engu manim asisa.
Hey, ukuru kan madam. What do you nyina so am?
KV orange flavored vitamin C and zinc. Eye kama papa. Great taste.
KV vitamin C and zinc. What a glass of water mu no mo a. Wonya vitamin C and zinc mu ahodi no bi.
Enne mi mfi kromumra no. Na me bag yi mu aboma pe.
Sir, dodo saade a ene na obeko Oson's Chemist branch bia mu.
Etu phone for 0302 245 334 and cry adabraka. Anase Kumasi 03220 224 96. FD a hwehwe sa ejedi nkratoe mu agye atomu se eye.
Peace FM.